Welcome back. Today we're diving into something I know a lot of you are interested in: side hustles. And not just any side hustles, but ones that are perfect for us, introverts. We're checking out this Medium article called Side Hustle Ideas for Introverts is Easy, actually. It's got a ton of ideas, which is great. But the real question is, how do these hold up in a world where AI is, well, kind of taking over everything?
That's the million-dollar question, right? Take freelance writing, for instance. The article mentions it's a classic for a reason, and yeah, people are always going to need content. But it's also a field where AI tools are getting crazy advanced, crazy fast.
So instead of just saying, oh, you can write about cleaning tips or do technical writing, we should maybe be asking, will those even be things in a few years? Or will AI just be doing it all?
Exactly. Imagine this. You're a freelance writer. You specialize in website copy for, small businesses. But now there are AI tools like GPT-3 that can basically do that same thing. Probably faster and cheaper, too, if we're being honest.
Okay, that's a little scary, not gonna lie. So is freelance writing just doomed? Is that what you're saying?
Not necessarily, no, but it does mean you gotta adapt. It's less about just churning out words and more about what you, as a human, can bring to the table that AI can't.
So maybe it becomes more about editing or curating AI-generated content, like you're guiding the AI to create something truly special.
Exactly. It's about using the tools to your advantage, staying one step ahead of the game.
Okay, I like that. So what about something like virtual assisting? The article mentions that as a good one for introverts.
Yeah.
Which makes sense, right? All that organizing and managing behind the scenes.
Absolutely. But even there, AI is starting to make its mark. Think about something as simple as scheduling appointments. You've got tools like Calendly, all powered by AI, that let clients book directly, which means you might not even need a VA for that anymore.
Oh, wow. So even the safe tasks aren't so safe anymore.
That's the thing with AI. It's always evolving. But instead of freaking out, it's better to think about it like this. It's pushing you to specialize, to get really, really good at the things AI can't do. Like those high-level VA skills, solving complex problems, anticipating what a client needs before they even know it themselves.
So basically, a VA becomes less about the day-to-day and more about the big picture strategy stuff.
Exactly, and that plays right into the strengths of a lot of introverts, wouldn't you say?
Makes sense to me. Now, the article also talked about creating digital products, which sounds pretty appealing. You design it once, and it just kind of generates passive income from there, right? They mentioned Etsy, Gumroad, all those platforms.
Right, and those are all great places to start. But here's the thing. Even with digital products, AI is changing how we think about them.
Really? How so? I mean, you still need that creativity to design the product in the first place, don't you?
Oh, absolutely. But let's say you're designing, printables or templates, something like that. There are AI tools now that can look at design trends, popular styles, and actually generate design elements. So suddenly, more people can create visually appealing stuff, even without being a design whiz.
Oh, okay. I see where you're going with this. More competition, maybe prices go down?
Potentially, yeah. But it's also an opportunity. What if, instead of replacing your creativity, you use those AI tools to enhance it?
Interesting.
You could use AI to get insights into what customers really want, what's trending, or you could go even more niche, find that hyper-specific style that only you can offer, something that really makes you stand out from the crowd.
So it's all about finding that sweet spot between human creativity and what AI can bring to the table. This is already making me rethink my entire approach to side hustles, but we've only scratched the surface. The article goes into even more side hustle ideas, and I'm willing to bet AI is shaking those up too. Okay, so we've seen how AI is kind of shaking things up, even in those quieter corners of the internet where, let's be real, a lot of us introverts like to hang out. But this article isn't saying, give up everyone, the robots have won. It actually makes a case for why these kinds of side hustles might be even better for us introverts in this whole AI takeover thing.
Yeah, it's almost like counterintuitive, right? You'd think automation would hit these solo creative fields the hardest.
Exactly. Shouldn't we all be running around networking and becoming super extroverted to survive? But this article seems to be saying the opposite.
It's interesting, actually. The article talks about how the very things that make someone introverted, like being independent, doing deep work, focusing on the details, those are actually valuable in a world of AI.
So while the robots are busy churning out generic blog posts or whatever, we're over here quietly using our introvert superpowers to create the really good stuff, The stuff that actually requires a human touch.
Right. It's not that extroverts can't do it, of course. But for a lot of introverts, these side hustles play to our strengths, you know?
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Although I'm not sure I see the connection with blogging, which the article also mentions. That always seemed like a pure creativity thing to me.
Oh, it definitely can be. But even in the blogosphere, you've got AI creeping in. Think about SEO, for example, search engine optimization. Getting your blog seen by anyone these days means understanding algorithms, keywords, all that stuff. And guess what? There are AI tools for that now.
So instead of writing from the heart, you're writing for the algorithm. That's kind of depressing.
Well, it doesn't have to be like that. It's more like AI can be your assistant. It's giving you tips, telling you what keywords to use, how to make your headlines better.
Okay, so you're still the creative one. The AI is just helping you out a little.
Exactly. It's about working smarter, not harder. And this is where I think introverts have an edge, actually. That deep work we're good at. It comes in handy when you're researching your niche, crafting that perfect blog post.
So it's almost like AI is pushing us to be more specialized, to find that one thing we're really passionate about and become the go-to experts.
Right. And in a world full of generic content, that kind of specialization is valuable. It's how you stand out, how you build a loyal audience who actually cares about what you have to say.
So AI is pushing us towards being more specialized, more niche, which, okay, I get it. But the article also mentions some other side hustles: proofreading, online tutoring, even data entry. And I gotta be honest, those don't exactly scream future-proof to me.
I know, right? You'd think those would be the first to go. But the article actually makes a good point. Even in those seemingly easy tasks, there are things that AI still struggles with.
Really? Like take data entry, for example. What could be simpler than that? Just putting numbers in a spreadsheet.
Sure, if it's just random numbers, maybe AI could handle it. But think about a more complex scenario. What if you're doing data entry for, like, a historical archive?
Okay, I'm listening.
You're not just typing, you're deciphering old handwriting, figuring out what information is important, spotting inconsistencies. That takes a certain level of judgment that AI hasn't quite mastered yet.
Okay, I see what you mean. It's not just about being fast and accurate. It's about understanding the context.
Exactly. And that's kind of the overarching theme here. AI is changing things, no doubt about it. But it's not like humans are obsolete.
Right. It's about figuring out how we can work with AI, finding that sweet spot where our skills complement each other.
Exactly. This article, even though it's focused on introverts, it's really about the future of work in general.
Yeah, we all need to be adaptable, keep learning new things, figure out how to thrive in a world where technology is constantly evolving.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
This has been a fascinating deep dive, definitely giving me a lot to think about.
Me too.
So, to our listeners out there, thank you for joining us. Keep exploring, keep learning, and remember, the future might be closer than we think, but that doesn't mean we can't be ready for it.